Good evening, everyone. We are here at Lanier Speedway here for our Stirling Sim Academy race. Right now, we are currently in practice and about to go into qualifying in just about 5 minutes, while we have our people on track currently practicing. Currently, we have Scott Whiteman in first place with a 14.98 lap time. In second place, we have Brady Floyd in second place with a... he's a little bit further behind now, but he has that gap by 0.15 seconds. And behind him, we have our league owner, Zach Cox, behind by 0.18 seconds. We'll see how this continues to play out as we continue going through practice with 4 minutes and 30 seconds about left to go. Our racers going to be an interesting time here, as Lanier is a very short track meant for cars designed just like these. Keeping up pace is going to be kind of difficult here, as we are here at the track. Lanier is known for eating your tires here, as it is right across from the road Atlanta, quite literally across the street. This track is known to eat your tires as it is such a short track and it is still insanely fast. Let's take a look from the inside of Scott's view. You can see as he's going by on the track, there's some people coming on in. Lanier may be difficult to run, but it is still quite a rewarding track as it's decently high banking and is good for a short track size. We now have David Nackenbauer in last place, is currently doing his qualifying 8 seconds back, and it's just coming from out of the pits and such. We're waiting for him to get his lap time up as he continues to practice. That's what it's here for. It's good to learn here at Stirling Sim Academy. It's a good place to see where you can improve your skills without being heavily criticized. Scott coming out. Oh, goodness. You can see David making 8 seconds from that. Just coming out of the pit box. Good for him. It's good to make sure you get your lap times in nice and smooth. Let's join in on Zach, see how he's doing. It's been a while since we've seen him, and he's been quite busy. He's running his sunniest paint job. And number 51, it's been a while since we've seen him, but he looks like he's doing well. He's got some time to make up if he wants to really be competitive in this race tonight. Racing our paints today. Last week's race winner, Bryn George, is currently here as well. He's currently in 4th place. He's got a little bit of time to make up. Scott has been pulling hard, but it seems like Brady Floyd is going to be catching really hard as he's only now 0.05 seconds back. He's got to get a little bit loose on the right minute 1 and 2. Here's our number 2 Brady Floyd, and here's Golden and Gold Paint. He's got some serious speed there. Oh, and it looks like Zach Cox now takes the lead, only 0.01 seconds ahead of Scott Whiteman. Oh, and there goes Brady now, 0.01 seconds ahead of him. Wow. Looks like they're really trying to get some pace in as they go into the last 40 seconds of qualifying here. Not qualifying, practice, my apologies. Look at them go. It's always great to see some nice paints out here at Lanier Speedway. So look at David Ackenbauer. It's been a little while since we've seen him coming out with his new Wonder paint scheme. We haven't seen him run this yet. So it looks like our practice is going to lead with Zach in first place with a 14.8. Behind him with 0.05 seconds back is going to be the number 20 of Brady Floyd. In third place, it's 0.07 seconds back of Scott Whiteman. Fourth place, it's 0.31 seconds back of Bryn George. And a little bit further back, the rest of their field. They got a little bit of time to make up here. We're going to watch the qualifying of the number 13 of David Ackenbauer as he comes out first, I believe. We'll see how it continues to go throughout the 5 minutes of qualifying. We can't watch everybody at the exact same time. Starts his first lap going into 1 and 2, running that middle line. Interesting choice to take. Understandable. Notice number 3 or 4 can maintain a little bit lower now as he leaves. Going across that start. Going into his second lap. He's the first one to complete qualifying. Exact back by 1.5 seconds. That's some pretty serious speed coming out of David here. Let's go across the start-finish line one last time. No improvement. Got some good laps per minute. It'll be good to see how this continues to play out as we continue here at Lanier Speedway. And we'll be right back. Stirling Sim Academy is brought to you in part by Woodbeck Auto Parts, one of the best suppliers of recycled auto parts since 1939 in Stirling, Ontario, Canada. It's good to see them being our sponsor here. We really appreciate them out. They have some fantastic product out there, and they've been doing recycling since literally 1939. It's good to see them and their good local sponsorship, and we'd love to see more of them. So if you're interested, check out www.woodbeckautoparts.com. Stirling Sim Academy is also brought to you by Homebrew Racing. We're here to provide a good quality environment for racers to start learning on how to do oval racing here at On iRacing. It can be difficult sometimes, so getting some good experience in is going to lead for some good races in the future. So check us out on iRacing. We round out qualifying here at Lanier Speedway with Brady Floyd in first place with a 15.09 seconds. Bryn George in seconds, 0.1 behind him. David Ackenbauer, 0.32 behind him. And Scott Whiteman in fourth. Zach Coxman fifth. And in sixth, Ace Thurwitt. We'll see how this race continues to play out here at Lanier Speedway. Good to see all of our racers here on the grid. We can see in that first place we have that in number 20. Brady Floyd on the inside. On the outside, we have Bryn George in his classic number 8. He is last week's race winner, and we're going to see how he continues to hold up as he's been a 2-in-a-row streak so far. Currently in the second row, we have number 13 of David Ackenbauer on the inside, and on the outside, we have number 17 of Scott Whiteman. And on the inside of the third row, we have the 51 of Zach Cox. We're going to see how it continues to go, especially if we can get Ace in here. We'll see if he can or if he cannot. As everyone should know, this is on iRacing.com simulator, and people cannot just join sometimes. Sometimes we get busy. It happens. If you're interested in joining our league, make sure you check us out on iRacing. Search up Homebrew Racing League, and you will find us there. Or you can check out our website. Shouldn't be too much longer here, and we'll get started off. And there he is. We have the number 77 of Ace there on track, and he's going to be in 6th place on the outside. Looks like our drivers have control of their cars now, and we're going to be getting off soon, and there it goes, the pace car. We have one lap to green here at Lanier National Speedway. Our drivers are going to be getting off to a fantastic start. We'll see how it continues to go here. Our drivers are going to be quite competitive this race. It's a small track and a lot of speed here.
Green flag.
And our drivers are off. Number 20 taking that good jump start with Bryn right behind on the outside. Number 13 keeping that inside line. In the back, we have the number 51 on the inside, forcing Scott out. Number 13 on the inside. Looks like they're going to get some simplified racing. Scott files to the back as Ace goes to the inside of him. Scott have to take the outside, as they start going into the next couple of laps here at Lanier Speedway. Brady Floyd continuing to keep his lead in first place with the number 8 of Bryn George behind him. Number 13 of Dick Ackenbauer right on their tail. Looks like he's falling. He's not falling back. He's going to keep up that nice, good pace. Number 51 of Zach Cox starting off a little bit off of him as the driver starts to separate a little bit. And it looks like the number 13 is sliding, and he holds it. He does hold it. A little bit sketchy there as they're going through. Number 13 goes wide, and number 51 goes on the inside. Number 51 takes that position, moving himself up into 3rd place. Look at that. Zach Cox in his first couple races back is already making some moves. Number 77 of Ace there goes on the inside with Scott on the inside of David as David keeps getting shuttled back. That's not really good. He's going to have to fight back and get up there, but he can do it. We've seen him do it in the past. Number 17 of Scott Whiteman goes on the inside of Ace. They hold it too wide, moving into 3 and 4. Number 13 holding up the rear as Ace shuffles himself into 4th place. I believe he is. Oh, goes himself into third. Zach taking that outside line as he moves himself back a little bit. Scott moving, Scott making some moves going up there, supporting Woodback Auto Parts and Sterling Civic Academy. So continue to move on. Ace keeping up with his dominance. He goes into 3-4 and keeping that pace nice and high as Scott follows right behind him, followed by David. We go into 1 and 2. Ace still on. We see Scott looking to see if he can gain on this a little bit. It's a really tight track here at Lanier. I'm not surprised there was a little bit more wall skimming as it has been. Scott staying nice and competitive, keeping up with him as they start to ease out just a little bit, although that number 13 is looking mighty competitive if he can get up there. Looks like he came off a little wide off of 3 and 4. See if Zach can make any moves on that as he moves back into last place. Number 17 with Scott Whiteman goes on the inside and does not quite overtake Ace yet, but Ace is able to, he's not able to quite shut that door as Ace goes to the inside, outside, and Scott goes to the inside and is going to be able to hold that inside going into 3 and 4. Looks like number 13 of David Ackenbauer is going to come up to that middle just a little bit, and does he hold it? Oh, he does. He goes to that middle, forcing Ace to go back. Scott gets that position now as Scott is now in third, and the number 13 and number 77 are not the battle as they go into 3 and 4. Ace on the inside. Number 13 of David Ackenbauer is on the outside. Ooh, it looks like Zach is going to have some contention now as Scott pulls away with Ace on the inside still. Scott goes through. See, Ace here as he has to fight off now both Zach and David. Zach getting himself out of 6th and get back into 5th as he is now David right on his tail. And throughout all this time, it looks like our leaders of Brady Floyd and Bryn George are pulling away. Although, they haven't pulled away too much as Scott is still right on them. Pack starts separating out a little bit more. Just now we have Zach back into 6th position as number 13 has been able to get some gains back. We got some fighting back there. Ooh, looks like Zach was spinning a little bit coming out of 3 and 4. It looks like he's having a little bit of trouble now, but he keeps still a little bit. It's hard to not get really skims the wall, but it's hard not to get completely loose here. It's such a twisty track sometimes. We're on board with Bryn George at the moment as they go into 1 and 2. It's all the racers going to go for 3 and 4. If you look at your track map underneath the race position that we're probably looking at, you can see where Zach is, that purple, in comparison to where Brady is, that green. Looks like every single time that Brady exits the corners, Zach is entering, and whenever Zach is entering the straight, Brady is leaving. They got some time to make up. We'll see if they can do it here. That's a mighty competitive racing as Ace is looking to defend from both David and Scott. Oh, caution! Needs to be thrown out as they go into 3 and 4. A 2-car spin.
Caution. Man, tell me what you got.
Looks like that is going to be the number 51 of Zach, the number 13 of David Ackenbauer. Excuse me. Let's take a look what happened there. Imagine just some tough racing as they were going through. Scott on the inside with David on the outside. Scott just comes in and just taps a little bit going high. Man. Typical racing incident. It happens, here. Shame to see, though. They got themselves shuffled back a little bit. See if anyone... Oh, Ace goes into the pits. Interesting choice. Sometimes doing that just can get you some fresher tires or anything just to be a little bit more competitive. We'll see what Ace does. But racing incidents happen. It happens. We'll see how it continues to play out here. Scott Whiteman still in 3rd place. Ace is currently in 4th in the 5th. Oh, Ace can be shuffled back now that they're going through. So that means now Ace is going to be in last with Scott in 4th in the 5th of David Ackenbauer. We'll see if David wants to get a little bit of a revenge on him. I wouldn't say that he needs it, but sometimes just getting spun can make you have a little bit of hard feelings. We'll see how it continues to go, though, as we now enter lap number 29 here at Lanier Speedway, and we will be right back. Homebrew Racing is brought to you in part by Woodback Auto Parts as we are going back to green. Keep in mind that if you're looking for quality auto parts in the Southern Canada era, make sure you look at Woodback Auto Parts at www.woodbackautoparts.com. We are back to racing here at Lanier Speedway. Currently our positions are Brady Floyd still in 1st place with Scott Whiteman now in 2nd place after making some moves on the Ren. Probably behind. We didn't quite see there as being sponsorship. Although it looks like Zach is going to want to be some moves as he locks up a little bit as they now exit 2, going on to that 2nd straight as they go now into 3. It's such a short lap here at Lanier. But Scott is going to have some really big pressure from Zach behind, who's now looking really good in contention. And Brady is going to be under some pressure too, as now Bryn is no longer behind him as he's been for so far the entire race up until now. Zach moves himself to the down low, forcing Scott out wide, who looks a tiny bit loose, but he's able to hold it. Bryn going behind Scott as they go outsides, bringing himself a little bit lower. Ooh, Scott is going to get a little bit of squeeze from Bryn as Scott has to keep moving back. Yikes. Looks like Ace is having some issues as he moves himself down low after he probably spun coming out of there. Yikes. Ace now goes down. David Ackenbauer is now still in the lead lap, moving into the inside of Scott, who's now going a little bit wide. Oh no. Scott, who's in 2nd place, now finds himself in 5th. Yikes. That's what happens here at Lanier, though. It's such a small track that you can be shuffled out so quickly. Looking at the number 51, Zach Cox, we can see how he locks up going into 1 and 2. It's hard. He's got a lot of pressure on him at the moment. A little bit of smoke on track still from Ace. Looks like Zach got a little bit of a bump from Bryn. Bryn is going to look to get that 2nd place back if he can get it. Wow, a lot of smoke coming out of Ace. Goodness. Number 20 with Brady Floyd still leading as we're halfway into this race. He's led every single lap here. Got the number 51 of Zach Cox looking to see if he can get by. He goes a little bit lower, looking to that inside just to see if he can get by as his brakes are glowing red. They're going to 1 and 2. The huge pack now. They're all together except for Ace. And Bryn is still in get by David. It looks like he has a little bit of breathing room now as Scott has fallen back just a tiny tad. Ooh, looks like Brady has gone wide a little bit, but it's not quite enough. Number 51 of Zach Cox is still going to be pushing. Oh, he gives Brady a little bit of a bump. Because now Zach runs a little bit wide. Bryn looking to see if he can get on the inside. He cannot quite yet. Really competitive as they're all really up in each other's business here at Lanier, where it's such a small track and there's no break from the action. This isn't like other tracks where as soon as you go onto that straight, you have a second to breathe, or even just a couple. No, here, as soon as you're onto that straight, you better be ready for that next one. You have to keep that in track along with everyone else around you as they continue to go single file here into 3 and 4. That number 51 is giving that 20 some big bumps now. Trying to see if he can get by as he runs a little bit wide. Bryn continuing to follow him instead of diving to the inside. Zach stays a little bit low. Bryn still on the outside. Zach braking a little bit later as he now moves to the outside. Is Bryn going to capitalize? Not quite. Oh, Zach still goes wide. Bryn does capitalize, moving himself to the inside. Zach is going to have to try really hard now to see if he can force himself back into any kind of position. Bryn braking a little bit early. Zach still on the outside as Bryn continues to hold that inside as they continue to go on the front stretch as they now go into 1 and 2. David Ackenbauer now into contention as well as he's getting himself up there as he moves Scott back. Not Scott, I'm sorry. As he moves Zach back out of contention just a tiny tad. Oh, no. Brady continuing to pull away as now he has some more clean air. Bryn moving himself back into second place as he's been so desperately after. Zach moving now back into 4th. Ooh, gets a little bit of a bump and some squeeze. Oh, no. Scott now on that inside line. Not quite going to take it yet. But he's going to keep that inside line, though. So now Zach's going to have to fight really hard to get himself. Bryn now holds that second place he was so far after. Scott makes that position stick as now Scott is back into 4th. Bryn's got a little bit of pressure from behind him now as now Brady is kind of pulled away a little bit. 0.7 seconds ahead-ish with now the number 13 right on Bryn. David is not going to want to give that up. Ooh, Ace looking to see if he can come back out on the track when it's still safe. He's 15 laps down. Oh no, Ace. Gonna have to fight hard to see if he can make anything up, or maybe it's just a huge wreck where everyone has to pit for quite a while. We'll see what Ace can do. Although it looks like he's having some issues though. As he enters in through the pit exit. Oh no. Yeesh. Unfortunate for Ace. He was doing so good in the past. Still, it happens here. Sometimes there's just some rough races you get into. Brady Floyd continues to pull away as Bryn is still in second. And now the number 13 of David Ackenbauer looking to see if he can get any kind of gain on Bryn. He seems to be a little bit faster than him, if so. Oh, man. He goes to the outside. Maybe Bryn's trying to bait him a little bit by staying to the inside. Because if the number 13 can be even faster on that outside, who knows what he'll be like on that inside. Or maybe Bryn is just trying to play him a little bit so that the number 51 will catch up. Uh-oh. Looks like Bryn almost did not guard that inside line well enough as the number 13 was going to that inside. Zach skims the wall yet again as they go to the inside once again, now leaving 2. Number 20, Brady Floyd, has been continuing to run a great race here. He has led every single lap, and we only have 23 to go this time by. It's quite impressive. Leading every single lap of the race, maybe he can do it. It's not often that it happens, but it has happened in the past, and we'll see if he can do it again. He would also throw off Bryn's dominant streak of winning the past 2 races. We'll see what can happen though. Anything is possible, especially. Looks like the number 51 has made some serious gains yet again and is now looking to see if he can move Bryn. Oh no! Number 51 is now back into second place and some huge gains in that time that I was just looking at Brady and not commentating. Wow, of course. Now they go back into 3, now head into 4. Scott has fallen back just a little bit so he can remain competitive. Bryn moving to that inside line as the number 51 is going to fight really hard to get himself out. Still, he got himself out of 5th place and back into 2nd. So now that he's in 3rd, maybe he can move himself back in 2nd. This is his first join in the Stirling Sim Academy, a league owner. We'll see what he can do. He's bumping Bryn a little bit. He's trying to let him know that he's there. Brady continues to pull away as now Brady is 2 seconds ahead of 2nd place. That is crazy. He's continuing to pull. Maybe having some technical issues until solve this problem. And number 51 giving the 8 a little bit of a bump. So now head into 3 and 4. Number 51 is still right on that number 8. He's looking to see if he gets a bit of a faster lap. We'll see if he gets any like edges from racing up. Himself to really block. Especially with all the incidents that he's had so far. Number 51 is looking mighty competitive as he also is looking to see if he can keep up his paint. If you can see right on the back when he goes by with his custom Sonny's paint, you'll see a little bit of a Stirling Sim Academy logo and a Homebrew Racing logo. Way to show your support, Scott. Wow, keeps on time. Way to show your support, guys. Goodness. Brennan's been braking really hard, we've seen throughout the entire race so far, going into any corners. We'll see how this continues to go, though, because... caution out.
Save us a little here. Nice and smooth. Cool your tires off. Get your fans on.
What happened? Race is still in the pit box. See if something happened to Scott. Oh, looks like something happened to Scott. Goodness. Scott was coming out of 4. Looks like he just hit that. Oh man, that wall. It can kill you here at Lanier. So as we can see, he was coming out of 4, and what happened was, as soon as he came up, he just hit that wall and skimmed him and set him off balance just enough to go right into the inside wall, which is also hard as a rock. Yikes. The number 17 has got to be a little bit angry now. Looks like actually a lot of our field is pitting at the moment. Looks like some fresh tires and maybe a little bit of fuel would be good for everyone. Bryn and Brady choose to stay out, however, and that is a choice that is going to keep them in the lead. Brady still managed to lead every single lap of this race so far. Quite an accomplishment, isn't he? Rides side by side by the pace car. He better not overtake it, otherwise that is going to be a penalty. Ace moves out of the way, out of the pit lane. Brady is itching to go, staying right on that pace car. After that incident, we currently have it so that number 20 of Brady Floyd is still in first place after leading every single lap here with 7 left to go as they go across the line. Number 2, Bryn George, who's also been pretty competitive so far in this race, really trying to block everyone else behind him. We're 1 lap to green now. And in 3rd place, we have the number 51, Zachary Cox. We'll see if he can continue to remain competitive. He is he's the last place person on the lead lap. Yikes. He's got a lot of room left to make up. If he can, but now they're all bunched up though as they go into the restart zone. Green flag. That number 51 can remain competitive as Bryn has to be on the outside. Maybe he can just win the challenge. Number 51 moves himself up into 2nd place, trying to keep Bryn behind in 3rd as they go with 5 laps left to go. The number 51 diving to that inside. Oh, and there's a spin. The number 51, he does not crash into anyone. Yikes. Quite an incident. He's now facing backwards on the track. Oh, no. Zach, you were so close. So close. It happens, though. It's racing. It's what happens. There are 4 left to go. As we're now riding with Bryn as they are going as he's in 2nd place. Goodness. Brady Floyd continues with 3 laps left to go. to have led every single lap of this race, but now he's going to have to fight off Bryn, who has so far won the past 2 races. Maybe that number 20 continues to lead the 20 legacy and win a little bit. It's been a while since we've seen the 20 win in the Cup Series, but it can happen. Oh, the number 13 spins as well. Oh, man, it looks like tires are starting to be...
Caution, caution.
2 laps left to go, and there's a... 3.
What do you think, bud? You think you're all right out there?
Green, white, checker. 2? Maybe not. Sometimes the iRacing system can get a little bit tripped up. Oh my goodness. With everyone except for Brady and Bryn is now no longer on the lead. Although, they're going to have to fight each other quite hard with 2 laps left to go here. Oh, looks like it's going to be forced left to 3. Wow. We'll see how this race continues to go here at Lanier with our last couple laps. Just remember, with Homebrew Racing, we are brought to you by Woodbeck Auto Parts. Check them out at www.woodbeckautoparts.com if you are in the southern Canada area and looking for some cheap auto parts that have been made by one of the leading auto recyclers since 1939, so you know that they're trustworthy. Give them a look, and you'll find that you're going to be quite happy. Stirling Sim Academy is also brought to you by Homebrew Racing Series. Check us out on iRacing for our league where you can join and you can enter in races like these where they are also live streamed, and there's other races coming up soon. Looks like Zach was able to get himself a lucky dog and is now back in 3rd position, although he's a little bit back in the pack so far. Let's take a look at him. Where is he? There he is. Got a little bit of damage there. Wow. One lap left to green, and they are going to have 3 laps left to go. It's been quite a race here, Lanier.
Green flag.
Number 20 has so far led every single lap, moves himself quickly into that 1st place position. As they are 2 to go. And number 20 is going to have to hold off Bryn as they now go onto the white flag. The last lap. Brady Floyd has led every single lap. Can he hold it off for one more, or is he just going to concede it to Bryn? Bryn has won the last 2 races and is going to probably try to get himself another win. We'll see what happens as he bumps the number 20. Oh no, and there's a wreck at number 13 spins, spun by the number 51, as the number 20 of Brady Floyd comes across into 1st place. There he is. The number 20 wins. Here at Lanier, right across from the road at Atlanta. Your race finishing positions are going to be the number 20 of Brady Floyd in 1st place, the 2nd place of the number 8 of Bryn George, the 3rd place of Zachary Cox, in 4th place David Ackenbauer with the number 13, in 5th place, 1 lap down, Scott Whiteman in 6th place. You're going to have Ace do it. Look at those donuts as he continues to celebrate. Good win to Brady. I imagine he has 0x as well, so he's probably this week's challenge winner. Go, Brady. Good job. You've led every single lap. Quite an accomplishment here at Lanier. It's the 2 drivers that have been working together go head to head. And now they hurt each other a little bit long. Looks like the number 13 wants to get in a little bit and does some donuts as well. Who can blame him? Quite a race here at Lanier. Wow. What a race.
Good race, guys. Thanks for the host. Good race.
Everyone seemed to have a good time. It's good to hear. Good to hear. This has been the Stirling Sim Academy here at Homebrew Racing. We are happy to have anyone here, and if you check us out on YouTube, make sure you check out our league. We are happy to have anyone, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye, everybody.